Recording now. Hello, everyone. We're welcome to another episode of the Rock Fantasy Files with today's special guest, Diva Satanica, vocalist from Nervosa and also from Bloodhound, and Mia Winter Wallace, bass player from Nervosa, from Abbath, and True Endless, and ex-Triumph of Death, and she had some other projects we'll talk about during the show. I'm totally blown away by the new album from Nervosa, Perpetual Chaos, that was released on Napalm Records back in January of this year. I think it's just an amazing album. It's well produced. The whole thing is just badass. And the whole lineup putting this together with all these personalities, it's just like, I think it's very special. And I'm so glad that Prika could pull it off. And hello to you both today. And I guess we can start this question for both. Where are you visiting us from today? Because it's totally an international episode, because I'm here in New York, by New York City.
Viva.
Okay,
Yeah.
I start. I live in Madrid, in Spain.
Okay.
And I am living in Italy, next to Milano.
Okay, great. So let's start out and talk about the new Nervosa first. About Nervosa first, not the new album. And a question for both of you is, how did you both join the band? I guess we can start off with Diva first. How did Prika find you?
Okay. She sent me a mail like in the middle of the quarantine. You know, I was doing nothing and laying in my couch, wearing my pajamas.
Yeah.
And I just grabbed my mobile phone and it was like, oh my God, I have a message from Prika Amara, come on. And when I read the message, for me, it was like, even worse. You know, I started to jump all over the room. And yes, she was asking me if I wanted to do an audition for the band. So yes, I just asked her what I should do. And she asked us to record some of the old songs. And wow, it was overwhelming for me, but I was totally in since the beginning. So we have many video calls. And she asked us about a commitment with the project and so on. And some days before, some days after that, she told us her decision of being all together in this new era of Nervosa. And wow, for me, it was like, I made it.
Excellent, excellent. And I guess the same question for you, Mia. And welcome, welcome. Prika's here to check up on us and make sure we're all doing the right thing.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yay, girlies!
I'm glad to be in the same room hanging out with all these cool people this afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah!
So,
Yeah, Prika was answering a question, you know, how I have been called for Nervosa. The story is very similar to Diva's story, because we have been called in the middle of the pandemic situation, and so the thing are almost the same, but I was really, you know, depressed. So that call in my case really saved my life, I can say, because I was overwhelmed by the event that happened to me, you know, in the last year. So I was really drowning in a dark zone. And in a way, I can say that Prika saved my life. No, well, she really saved my life. Yeah.
excellent.
You saved my life as well.
Amore.
Well, cheers to all that. So thank you. And,
Yes.
we had Prika on an episode a couple weeks ago. So a lot of these questions, you know, I've kind of gone over. I like to kind of break down each track on the new album. And I know Diva wrote some of the lyrics on some of these songs, and just, you know, some of your point of views on it. And like, you know, we start out on the song Venomous, which I think is a great track. And it's just an amazing track. And we go going into Guided by Evil. It's another song that, I mean, two strong songs to like start off the album, you know. And
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
if you want to add anything to that, Diva, anything you want to say about those two songs, or Mia? Or...
Yeah, I think Venomous was the first one that we write all together, right, girls?
Yeah.
If I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. So yeah, for me, that was the very first time that I could imagine how this new era of the band was going to sound. And for me, it was like something that I didn't expect it, because I expected something really amazing, but not so powerful with so much energy, you know. And for me, it was, yes, this is what I want to do. And it happened the same with Guided by Evil, because I can feel the old vibe of the band, but also the new influences and that riff, so Black Sabbath, and that reminds me to the classics as well. And yes, I think they are like a punch in the face, you know, the perfect start for this album.
I'm going to talk about People of the Abyss. This might be my favorite song on the album. I think it just has such great changes. It's kind of like you're zooming down like a roller coaster dark ride, and you get that death growl, and then you get like slammed to the ground. I know, Diva, you wrote some of the lyrics of that song. It reminds me of the corruption in politicians as we have here in the United States, which you guys may have in your countries too. You know, as does the next track, like Perpetual Chaos. The start of that song just destroys you. It's like slamming you to the ground. And you're grooving along. I like that Sabbathy riffs, and I mean Slayer like riffs, like Robin Mason kind of said that she heard some Slayer in that. And I love like the lyrics for another million years, and who creates disorder, controls the game. It just, when I was reading it, was hitting home for me for living in the States, because we have plenty of corrupt politicians here.
Yes, and Martin, our producer, helped us a lot with the lyrics. He's an amazing lyricist. Prika also writes some songs. And yes, he gave us that idea for People of the Abyss, of that scandal of Jeffrey Epstein and that story of sexual abuse. Yeah, and that song was inspired in that case. And it was brilliant because, as you said, sometimes he finds just the perfect words for a sentence that works perfectly and just translates all the power to the song, and it's brilliant, you know. For example, for People of the Abyss, I can't forget the final phrase of you'll end up hanging yourself. That's very powerful, because it means that there's no place for people like you know, so just stop. Yeah.
And Diva, I think you wrote some of the lyrics to Kings of Domination. And what's that song about? Well, Mia, everyone can join in on any of these questions, so feel free.
Yeah. So, do you want to say something, girls?
Oh, come on.
I'm talking too much.
Talk about a lot of stuff, but I want you to talk about the things are in the album, you know.
I think the words with you girls, because I already talked about these songs before with him, so and I really want to know more from you, so go ahead.
But you know, if I start to talk, it's like a scandal everywhere.
No, Mia, come on, we love you.
No scandals today.
No, well, what I can say is that when I read the lyrics that the band wrote, because we can say the band wrote, Prika and Diva and Martin wrote the lyrics. And when I read these lyrics, I was like, wow, this is really my album. And this is really talking about my past. And, you know, when I read the lyrics of People of the Abyss, I was like, it reminds me something I really lived in the past, you know, but it was not an economist or whatever. It was a musician. So, yeah. Okay. I really think that Perpetual Chaos, in my case, is really something that explain a lot of things that happened to me in the past. So I was double, you know, fierce. Yeah, I was double motivated to play in this album, because unfortunately I know very well about all the topics in all the lyrics.
Okay.
Then it comes Rebel Soul, that is a reaction of all these abuses and whatever. So I think Perpetual Chaos tells a story of abuses, injustices, but in the end, you know, we are rebel souls. So yeah.
Yeah,
And
we are proud
fight,
to
and
be
it's
who
time
you
to
are.
fight.
The
And it's time to
Rebel
fight.
Soul song, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I was talking to Prika about it when we chatted a couple weeks ago, and it reminds me of like Motorhead Destruction in Your Face.
Oh, yes.
So great. But
Yes.
you know, Genocidal Command, I wanted to mention with Smear, of course. I thought it was such a great song, and I was talking to Diva a little bit before we started taping today. I love how putting his vocals up kind of in a battle with yours. It's just like it's so meshed together so well. And I was kind of hoping when I saw the video that both of you were going to be on it like face to face, but we know that can't happen now in the pandemic. And maybe Diva wants to put a couple of her 2 cents in on that song and like working with Smear.
Oh, wow, that would be a dream come true, but can be right now. So maybe in the future, who knows? Or maybe for another guest or something.
Sure,
I cross my fingers.
For sure, this will happen. For sure.
It will happen.
Yeah.
He's saying it's going to happen, but you know, like you were saying, the experience of doing that song and hearing it, and how Smear's vocals, you know, and yours, we were talking a little bit about that before we went on air. So very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. When I knew that Smear is going to sing in the song, for me it was like, oh my God, I want him to come and record this thing together, but at the same time I was very scared, you know? Because for me it was like, oh, I'm going to do everything wrong with him by my side, you know. And it was I want, but I don't want. But now I want.
You can, Divi, you can.
Yay!
I know how you feel because I'm nervous just interviewing you guys today. I'm a really big fan of the band. I was asked Napalm a couple months ago. It was like, oh no, they've got too many interviews. And then Robin Mason, who I'm good friends with, who's friends with Prika, kind of set all us up. So it's been amazing getting to sit in my room here and talk to some of my new heroes, old heroes in the metal world, and great stuff. And the song Blood Eagle, I talked to Prika a little bit about, and she said the topic of the song kind of came from the TV series Vikings. Of course, it's something that used to go on back in the Viking days. And I see you also helped with those lyrics too, Diva. And what do you guys think about that song, Mia and Diva?
Yeah, I was pretty obsessed with Vikings some years ago and with Nordic culture and stuff like that. So for me, it was like, yeah, this is my thing. But the thing that I love the most is the beginning of the song, that atmosphere of darkness and something like creepy coming for you. And yes, I think this is one of my favorite songs in this album for sure.
I just started actually. Okay.
And in my case too, it was amazing to listen to this song, you know, because I have to admit that I'm not. I never saw the series Vikings.
Okay.
Oh, yo, yo. But in my reality, I saw many Vikings, and I'm working, you know, with many Vikings. I can say for my entire life, I had experienced Nordic, Scandinavian, you know, culture. So yeah, reading the text, the lyrics of Blood Eagle was like, yes, I felt, you know, all the power of the Vikings.
I remember that episode well, actually, when they did the Blood Eagle. And I just started, my wife and I just started watching the final season, which is like an Amazon Prime here in the States. I don't know if it is over in Europe, but or around wherever, you know, our international panel today, but just started watching it. I love that series. And of course, I like a lot of the Viking metal and stuff like that anyhow, you know. So Unleashed and Amon Amarth, some of those bands are my favorites. So it's great to see you guys delve into that category with that song. And
there's a history behind of this that I forgot to tell you before.
okay.
Because this song made a part of my project some years ago with a friend of mine, and I had a lyric. They call it Blood Eagle, and I wrote this lyric, but I lost this lyric. And when I decided to, to use this song for the new Nervosa, I said for Diva, I lost the lyrics. So we have to write a lyric. I have the idea, I have the title, but I don't have the lyric. And she say, no, I love the Viking series. I can do the lyric. And I say, yes, go ahead.
Excellent. Excellent. And I guess then we move on to Time to Fight, which starts the second side of the album. And Robin and Prika and I were talking about this on the last episode. We talked how that's like the anthem, like an anthem. I thought you guys made a post about that song yesterday on social media with Mia's photo on about time to fight the virus and fight everything else and vaccines and everything else. Like, and so that's another great song. So.
Absolutely.
So what are we gonna fight? What are we gonna fight today? Are we fighting COVID? Is that what we're doing? We're fighting everything. This fighting establishment. So.
Yeah, I think we have always to fight for something. Time to fight. It can be applied to every situation, but it's a state of mind. Mm-hmm. It's important not to give up, but always fight for something. In if you believe in something, you have to fight for it. So yeah, it's a state of mind. And in this case, of course, we wanted to also send a message to all the people that maybe, feel a bit overwhelmed by all the situation. But as always, humans will be, out of this situation in a way or another. I think so. I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like in the States here, we're starting to see the light at the end of this tunnel, but I know in some of your countries, like I've been seeing Italy, that there's some lockdowns starting again. I'm not sure what's going on in Spain, but that was a question I was going to ask later after we get done with the record about what's going on, currently in your places where you guys live. But Godless Prisoner would be the next song we were going to talk about, and I'd see that Diva, it's the lyrics on that song too, if am I correct?
Yeah, Godless Prisoner, I think Prika had something written from before. Okay. And we try to adjust to the vocal lines and fix some parts and so on. But yes, once again, Martin helped us a lot with just the final touches. Yeah, okay. This is like I'm always, when I write in lyrics, I tend to repeat. When I'm writing like 10 lyrics, it's very much for me. So at the end of the day, it's like, I'm out of ideas. I don't know what to talk about. And Martin always has that brilliant idea that it's like, we can use this. And we start to search for different words to say something. And yes, he's amazing.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah. I remember you and Martin, spending hours and hours, repeating, and we can do it. I felt so guilty. I have to admit it, because I did my base, and then, I was relaxing in Malaga. But man, you had a lot of work to do. Yeah.
Yes, because all the lyrics was missing, when we arrived on the studio. All the instrumental parts was ready, but we were missing some lyrics, and we changed some ideas. We put out some lyrics, and we did again the lyrics. So, and this process was very important, because I think we
we lost her for a second.
We lost Prika.
Somebody froze her.
Come back.
Well, hopefully she'll come back on in a second. I know we'll talk about the Until the Very End song. I know it has a very strong message, and I think I saw Diva talking about that a little bit. If you guys want to delve into that a little bit while Prika becomes unfrozen, I hope, in a moment.
Yeah, it seems so. So until the very end deals about suicide, and it's something to take care about in these days of this pandemic situation, because there's a lot of people very isolated from everything and everybody. And we have an amazing guest in this song, that it's Guillermo Miranda from Entombed, that plays a solo in this song. And yes, once again, the lyrics were written between Prika and Martin and myself. And I think this is like a positive point of view, you know, in all this thing about suicide, because yes, it's terrible when somebody needs help but can't say that, can ask for it, you know. And we are trying just to send a message to all that people that are struggling, in order to help them to ask for help, you know. It's like our helping hand to all that people.
There's definitely a lot of struggling going on right now in the world with what we're living through in this dark, you know, it's kind of like very dark times, of course. So I love it how, you know, people look at this band and there's actually a lot of meanings behind a lot of these songs. It's not just like a metal album where like, we just slapped it together, we're going to talk about the devil or talk about this, but you guys got a lot of strong meanings in a lot of the lyrics, and I think that's special. And I guess we move on to Rebel Soul, which is Motorhead meets Destruction in my mind a little bit, with your flavor put to it. And it's just another really heavy song. And you have a guest star on that too, correct?
Correct. We have, we have Eric from Flotsam and Jetsam. That delighted us with his amazing voice. And this song is the first song I wanted to record. Yeah, if you remember, Prika, are you there?
I don't think she's there yet. She's her logo's up now, but no, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, but this song was really my number one song that I wanted to record in Malaga, and I think that was the best start for me. You know, starting with a Motorhead song that I was really like, when I will play this live, I want to play it with a Lemmy hat. You know?
Cool. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. I have this thing in my mind, and I will do it, of course. Yeah, because Lemmy is, you know, is my idol, and playing this song, I was like, yes, I want to drink like crazy, but I can't, because if I drink like Lemmy, I will die.
I'm only having one beer for this afternoon. She's back.
Sorry, guys.
Hello.
Somebody must have gave you a timeout or something. All of a sudden you were gone. It's like timeout.
No, my internet is just, you know, was turned off. Sorry.
Okay.
We were just talking about Rebel Soul, and I forgot what you were saying when you froze up there, but if you remember, if you want to touch back on it.
Yes, Rebel Soul is to be, don't shy, you know, to be proud for who we are. Don't forget our roots, you know, the real rock and roll life with no bullshit, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And then we move on to Pursued by Judgment, which is another track on the album, if you guys want to weigh in your thoughts on that song.
Yeah, DB.
Oh, sorry, I lost you.
Pursued by Judgment.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
We can hear you.
Okay, Pursued by Judgment. Yes, that's another song dedicated to all that people that think that can talk about anything or anybody and judge people because they think that they are in control of any situation. And it's something similar to haters, must say, on social media. And these times are perfect for them because everybody has a lot of time to think about people and other lives. So yes, there's a very special song for me too, because I really hate that kind of stuff and it makes me angry. So yes, it's an amazing song as well. Yeah.
And and then I guess we end up the album with Under the Ruins, which is another one of my favorite tracks that you guys also shot a video for. And I just love that, like, lyrical, where it's like, under the rubble, I beg for some more. It seems like, you know, you're getting piled on with rocks, but you're ready to keep fighting. And under the rubble, I don't care anymore, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know, I was doing this stuff with Prika a couple weeks ago. I was trying to do my impressions of Diva, and I'm not really good at it, so I probably shouldn't try. 100 million years of professional chaos. But yeah,
Really love that song. I think it's kind of different to the previous songs of the album, and my favorite part is that phrase that you said, like I don't care anymore.
Care
you know,
anymore.
it's like I'm done with this. So yeah, it's something like a motto in my life nowadays. Yeah.
Did you guys shoot that video in Spain when you did your other video series? Which I didn't write this down, but I just remembered from when I talked to Prika a couple weeks ago. I loved how you guys did that little documentary of showing everyone at the airport and then going and recording, and it made us feel like we were part of it. You know what I mean? It was just like getting to know all these different personalities, and it was just I thought it was special. My wife and I loved watching those documentaries you guys. Thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it, and looking at this documentary again, you know, in my case, made me some tears coming down, because it's something that I really miss, you know, spending all the time with girls, and and doing music together is something amazing that I really miss, because actually we are in lockdown in Italy, so we are completely unable to see our friends.
I know. Yeah, you're on lockdown again. That's unfortunate, but it's just crazy what we're living through right now. And I know Prika's country is on lockdown. United States seems like we're on the. There goes my dog. You're trying to bark, of course. So yeah, so you know, it's just crazy. We're hopefully on the light at the end of the tunnel here, but who knows? You know, it's just like they're starting to open things up. They're planning on having some concerts in the States again, but you know, we'll see what happens. But
I know.
It's just crazy. But so anyhow, Diva, I want to talk to Diva and ask her a couple questions directly, and then I want to ask Mia some stuff about her career. So Diva, I recently caught the Slay at Home video that you did with Metal Injection for that Death cover of Trapped in a Corner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was an amazing chance of working with amazing musicians. You know, I love Voivod, I love the Black Dahlia Murder. So for me, it was like, I can't believe I'm singing in the same song that these guys, you know, and singing Death, that it's the most tricky way of singing ever for me.
Yeah.
Because the rhythm parts are crazy. It's like, yeah, I think I got it, but not. I'm always wrong. He's doing a completely different thing all the time. And it was a big challenge for me, but I was very happy that the guys invited me to do this song. So yeah, it was amazing.
And I also, you know, researching you after finding out more, you know, from Nervosa and the new album, I started looking up and saying, oh, you know what? I knew that Mia was an Abbath, and I knew a little bit about Diva, so I started digging in and finding more stuff, and seeing with your band Bloodhound, I guess with the band, right, when you did the Halloween I Want Out cover, you were like boxing and fighting, and it was just, I thought it was great.
You know, we are kind of crazy in Bloodhound because people here in Spain went crazy about this cover, because nobody wanted us to do this change to this classic, you know, and even this new approach was kind of controversial, but finally almost everybody listened to this cover, so it was great anyway. And we have a very special guest for this song, that was Leo Jimenez, a Spanish singer, that it's more than amazing. He has an amazing voice, and it's one of our heroes from our early ages. So yes, it was very cool, because I Want Out is another of the hymns of my life.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I mean, I love Halloween too. I got to catch the Pumpkins United in New York City at a club a couple years ago, and I'm looking forward to their new album. I mean,
Yeah, me too. Me
yeah,
too.
yeah. So you were boxing. So do you box? Do you do MMA? You do that kind of stuff, Diva?
I lost you again.
No,
Sorry.
do you do you do like you were in the video, you were like boxing or like kickboxing, boxing, that stuff that you actually do to work out? And do you do MMA type stuff or stuff like that? Or, you know,
Yeah, yeah. We rent a boxing club here in Madrid, and we spent like the whole day filming the video clip. And I had no idea of boxing, indeed, because I attended some lessons some months before, but it was something like, you know, this is, I don't know, crochet, hook, and all of that, but nothing very professional, I must confess.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't sure. I said, well, maybe you do this and normally and you box or something. You just don't know, you know. I know a lot of people get involved with that, you know, with fighting or MMA type stuff, you know. So
yeah.
also was very, I really loved your cover of Rainbow Stargazer. I mentioned that before we started filming, and she doesn't seem like she's happy about that. I think it was great.
I love that song, but I think it was not a good idea to.
Well, you still have it
try
up on
to
your
do a
channel. So.
cover. I mean, I love Rainbow. I love Stargazer.
yeah,
It's
so
one of
do
my
I.
favorite songs ever. But yes, I just did it because I'm a big fan of the band, and
Excellent.
I wanted to
thought-
pay my tribute because I can sing with clean vocals. So that was the result. And it was kind of controversial once again, because here in Spain people doesn't like to change classics, you know. But
yeah, of course. You know, you get these people like, oh, this Cookie Monster growls. Oh, yeah, ruining the song. But I'm just the opposite. So I'm
yeah.
and you also did a Behemoth sing through on there too on the song. I thought that was excellent too. And
Yeah.
also, I would say that, you know, as I'm explaining to people that I'm trying to sell the new Nervosa record to at the record shop or in circles, I'll say, well, you know, Nervosa, yeah, you know, I've heard them. I said, well, it's an all new lineup. And I start talking about the lineup, and I mentioned that Diva. I said, well, you go back a couple of years ago, and there was a social media video that was floating around our area in the United States, and where there was a girl that went on at the Spanish version of The Voice and did the Sweet Dreams cover, and it just blew like the judges away. Their faces were like, some of them like they were petrified, but it was just like, it's so great that everyone knows that video. That I haven't talked to one person that's like, oh, I never saw that. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
I mean, here in Spain, it's kind of different because the TV show just banned all the videos from YouTube. So we couldn't upload nothing at all about the contest. But there was a lot of people from other countries uploading the video of the audition. So I could find it that way. And yes, that was an amazing experience for me because I was the first growler in enter this show here in Spain in 5 editions. So yes, it was funny to do, you know, because nobody here in this kind of mainstream TV shows knows about growling or extreme metal or things like that. So
I think
it was like
I think that's pretty much here in the United States. If they were watching those type of programs, they don't know that either. I don't think it's a Spanish thing. I think it's United States too. I mean, nobody's going on. Like, I don't even watch those shows in the U.S., but I mean, no one's going on there doing stuff like that, you know.
I don't know. It's a pity, you know, because I like to turn on the TV and see music that I like, you know, and people perform metal songs. Yeah, but it's not happening.
Everything in the States is pretty much modern, poppy, homogenized stuff. There's nothing like rock is very quiet in the States. Everything's gone underground, I think, except for you.
Wow. I thought that could be better there, but it happens.
Rocks, and I look at our Grammy Awards. Like, they didn't even like mention Eddie Van Halen hardly.
Yeah.
The Grammy Awards was a huge shame, you know. It was horrible.
Has been for years, so I didn't even know it was on. So I was watching Heavy Metal the movie for like the 100th time.
Yes, I committed this mistake, you know. Last time that I saw the Grammy Awards was 20 years ago, and I don't know why I, decided to watch this year. And when I started, I say,
Ah,
no fucking way, and I turn off in 5 minutes, and I was like, bullshit. It's
yeah,
horrible.
if there was
Sorry.
any metal involved, they don't even talk about it on the broadcast. They do that off the air, like, well, Body Count won an award for best metal performance. Great for them, but they give no respect to hard rock or heavy metal at all. So yeah, anyhow, so yeah, we talked about that. So Mia, what was it like? I like to talk to you about your other projects too in your life, and I'll come back to Diva in a little bit too and ask her a couple more questions. But the Abbath album you worked on, I've got it right here, the Outsider album.
Yeah.
Huge black metal. I love black metal. I've got my Mayhem shirt on today, so
Yeah, I saw it.
I got to see Mayhem a bunch of times on this tour. In the States
Yeah.
with Immolation opening up and Inquisition and Black Anvil. Those were some great shows we had, and we actually sponsored a show at the Chance with Mayhem. But yeah, let's talk about you're working with Abbath. He's one of my favorite performers. Like I said, I saw him several times as a solo act. I've seen him with Immortal. And what are some of your favorite tracks off the Outsider album?
Oh, first of all, Outsider. Second track is Kate, of course, because it's my character in Abbath.
Okay.
And
Yep.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love this photo.
I have a
yeah,
buddy of mine
it became like legendary, because this photographer is amazing, and he really made beautiful photos of us. And I can say that I like all the album, the entire album. Yes, that's
There's me and Abbath, so there's two versions.
I'm so proud, actually, on these two recordings. Yeah, and yeah, these are my favorite songs, but I really like really much also Abbath Spire, and of course I like all the previous songs of Abbath from the first album, and I liked and I loved the project that was between, between Immortal and Abbath. That project was really rock and roll, and I don't know, I really I know all these songs perfectly, because I really listened to it many times. And we are doing something from the I project when we are playing.
Oh, you will? Okay, great. Yeah.
Because Warriors, for example, comes from
that's a great
the
song.
I project. Yeah. And this is an amazing song, and yeah, I really like it. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite songs to perform from the Immortal catalog that you guys do when you play out live?
Oh, I would say Tyrants, first of all, because it's an amazing song itself, and then One by One is something that when you play it, you can feel the stage like, because it's really energetic. And we didn't play also All Shall Fall many times. We played All Shall Fall a few times, but I remember it was really epic. And then, of course, Mountains of Might.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Love it. I love it. And a lot of our viewers aren't aware that Mia has been playing music, and it's not new to the scene. You had been in a black metal band and other projects for many years with a band called The True Endless. So I just discovered from you being in Nervosa. And last night I was listening to the Blacklight Inferno, and I totally loved that. I listened to another album. I didn't jot down the name of it, but I thought it was great. Some great black metal. I think a fan might have invaded the show. Who is that down there? Who's snuck in?
I have no idea. I saw it too. user something.
I don't know, there could be trouble here. I'm not sure.
Call the police now.
Call the police. Call the police. Who is that? Who is that masked man behind the Nervosa album cover? And who? We almost saw his face. I think he.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Oh my god! Oh my god!
How are you?
Woo!
It's good to see you. Sorry, it was a bit of a surprise. How are you guys?
Oh my
Yes,
god!
we are fine. We are happy now.
Oh my God.
I've been listening. I like you start off with the track Venomous. Thank you so much. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Like
But
Venom.
the whole album is amazing. Everybody loves it, and so they should. You guys are killing it, and I love it so very much. Perpetual Chaos, the video, everything. Your documentary blogs, all your stuff, Eleni's drum things. I mean, brilliant. Well done, guys. Well done.
Oh my
Wow,
god! Thank
thank
you.
you.
It's an honor.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And thank you for my gift.
I'm jealous. I don't have a
I'm
Nervosa
sweating.
shirt.
Oh,
I'm
Oh my
very
God.
jealous.
I know this is your time, and I don't want to kind of
No.
take it up, but you know, we thought it might be kind of a nice surprise. But I knew that Diva and Mia, I knew you guys were going to be on, but we thought Prika might come on, but then she wasn't going to come on, so I had to test her and say, "Get your ass on! It's really important." So I'm glad.
It's an honor. Thank you so much.
And he said, just for me, join to this conversation, but I can't tell you why. And I say, okay, I'm going in.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Thank
why
you for
either,
this. I love the surprise, Tony. Thank
Well,
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys did great. And just to let you know, guys, because Prika did an amazing solo on the Sabatonero album, and we do the first video premiere launch tomorrow, which is Symptom of the Universe with Rasmus
wow.
and Marty Friedman. And then next
Wow.
Sunday, it's going to be Prika's turn. So the second lyric video will be Killing Yourself with Prika stuff. So, you know, it's really
Wow.
exciting. She did an amazing job. You'll be very proud of her. And we have Mia Poetas is singing a duet with Maximina Kazianik, and then we got Prika on. So power to the girls playing Sabbath.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
Yay!
It's all good.
That's good.
And so what's happening next? Because you guys are just like, you hit the ground. Oh wait, well, Mia's now in like 20 bands, and everybody wants her, of course. But
Yeah.
what are you guys doing next then?
So I'm waiting to get out to Brazil first because I'm blocked here, you know.
Yeah.
But yes, we will meet as soon as we can in Italy to have a rehearsal, to have a parties, and maybe try to rehearsal and
Yeah.
make new songs. We'll already start to compose the new album.
Brilliant.
This is a time. Yes, this is a time to compose. We can't stop. Nervosa will never stop. So
No, exactly. And you
yeah.
know, and as much as it's really kind of hard for the lockdown thing, it's like us, you know. I did a Metallica thing for Metal Injection. Of course, we got Sabatonero. I'm doing our new album, the new Venom Inc. album, which sounds amazing. And we're just taking our time. But I think it's kind of good for the lockdown because you can just be creative together, because what else? Why not, you know? And by the time the world opens up again, you're going to have all this amazing stuff. Everybody's going to want to see you so much. So it's so brilliant.
Yeah.
But, you know, don't forget, girls, you know, because Prika knows, because she did it with us with Suffocation. But I really want to get you guys out with us and have a great lineup. Yeah. And hopefully with maybe Possessed and stuff. So we'll do a real killer tour. So, but I really want to get you guys out. Everybody will want to have you guys with them. But
Oh
I
my
asked
God.
first, so I'm taking precedent, I think. So, but yeah, but we'll do an amazing tour. I know because, and I'm talking to people all the time, and you guys are getting so much coverage but the proof's always in the pudding, you know, that you look a certain way or that you're from an exotic country and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it all comes down, as you guys well know, it all comes down to the music. And this is a testament to you guys and what you're capable of. And this thing is hot as fuck. It screams. Yes. It's amazing. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And no, you don't know, I say absolutely honestly, of course, Prika and this whole thing is close to my heart, and you guys are part of the family now, and that's amazing. But everybody I spoke to, as soon as I mention Prika or I mention you guys, I mention Nervosa, everybody just goes nuts and is going, oh my God, have you heard the new album? So it's like, well done.
Oh, wow.
Really well done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Tony always support Nervosa, always was around, always was, you know, giving good energy. So thank you so much, Tony. You are one of the coolest guy ever.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. You know, it's we think that we have such a huge community, but our metal community is not so big when, you know, everybody knows everybody else. And I think one of the most special things, the most amazing things is the achievement that Nervosa did, you know, before and now. And Prika has that determination, and people respond to that. And it's so wonderful, you know, to have real, you know, I don't want to say anything bad about anybody who's doing it, but you know, you guys are real. You guys are real. You really fucking can play. You really fucking lay it down, and it comes from inside. And that is what we need, you know, to see girls up there who can go toe to toe with the next band and still fucking kick ass. And it's like, it's wonderful to see. Except if we're on tour with us, don't kick our asses, because Mantis is only this big. He's very small.
Oh, Slammy.
Wow. Okay, well, look, Steve, thank you so much. Oh, Steve, what's that? Have you got a Mantis? Oh, you
I got a
Lemmy. I can't see.
Yeah, baby.
It's a Lemmy.
The Lemmy,
yeah, he's perfect. He's perfect. It looks exactly like him. It's lifelike.
And I have I have one of you, Tony.
Oh my God!
Now these I sell in my store. They're from Super 7. They're reaction figures. And they do you know, they do a great line of Iron Maiden. They do King Diamond. They do Ghost. They do.
Okay, so everybody's showing action figures. Okay, wait.
Here we go.
And Tony, you know, feel free to hang out with us. I'm going to ask Mia some more questions. You don't have to hop off. You can stay with us.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't want to kind of like.
Wow.
Whoa, Mia!
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
That's awesome.
Yes, baby.
I love it.
Okay, I gotta do this now. So wait there 1 minute. I'll be back.
You go find your toy. Everybody's showing their toys today. It's toy time.
Like babies.
I don't have toys here. Oh, I don't have toys.
You don't have any toys, Steve?
I have one Slash, but it's, I don't know where, you know.
I have
and he lost his cigarette.
Oh, but I don't know where. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Uh-oh, look at it. He's turned into a bobblehead before our eyes. So so just in case anyone that's viewing the show doesn't know who Tony is, Tony is
my
for Venom.
That was really
like, who's this guy that shows up on the show?
Oh, it's amazing!
Awesome!
And then look.
So I think this is the first episode.
Whoa!
Oh my God!
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is perfect.
Amazing.
Look, it's like I got my whole little family here.
Yeah. This is so cool. I don't have toys, but I have, you know, my guitar.
We can, yes.
That's
cool.
your
Yeah. This
well,
was made by a guy in Costa Rica.
Brilliant.
They are so cute in Costa Rica. Yeah.
Super.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the Mini Crummer.
Oh, Mini Crummer.
We have to get you some, you know, the pop heads. We have to get you some, have to have a Nervosa pop heads. We need
Absolutely.
Nervosa pop heads.
Absolutely.
I will
was
provide
working
it.
on it.
That's
Yeah.
that's your next job.
Do you remember?
Yes.
I have something that I can show too. I have something I can show. So you guys run the
Oh
show
my
for a
God.
second. I'm gonna get it.
Okay, he's gone.
Okay.
He's gone. Right, let's create our own show and not let him back in. So this. So, but when are you? Where are you guys all based now? Because are you all near each other, or you're not near each other?
I am in
No.
Italy, actually.
Oh, you are in
Yeah.
Italy, right?
Yeah, I am in
I'm in
Italy.
Spain.
Ah, of course, yes. That's it.
Yeah.
I thought you were in Spain. Yeah.
Our drummer is in Greece,
In Greece.
and yeah, but I will move to Italy.
Oh,
So
you're gonna move.
yeah, to Italy.
Oh, bene, molto bene.
Yay!
See?
Oh my God!
All right, boy. I found my,
Oh, look at
Perfect.
that!
He's actually there. It's like he's actually there. Signed too. Stephen got it signed.
yeah, I did the, woo, look at that one. I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm
Even-
not really honest, everyone.
Perfect. It's perfect.
But yeah, before Tony hopped in, I was actually asking Mia a little bit about her, you know, her black
Yeah.
metal band that she had for years, the True Endless. And I was
Yeah.
mentioning that I listened to Blacklight Inferno last night while setting up the interview. What other that project, is it still alive at all? I did see an interview where you wanted to continue.
Unfortunately, this is a sad story. I don't know if you want if you want
Yeah.
me, but I have to explain you. I played in this band for 20 years. Yes.
Mhm.
And I founded this band with my boyfriend at that time, and he became my best friend for more than 20 years. And what happened? When we finished Blacklight Inferno, that was
Mhm.
the last release we did.
Yeah.
My best friend discovered to have cancer.
Oh.
He was 43,
Oh.
44. And in 9-10 months, he died.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so it was only me and my drummer that is actually the drummer of Triumph of Death and the guitarist of Forgotten Tomb and Kirin Camera. And we decided that it was absolutely nonsense to go on with this project without Marco, you know, the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
that was the vocalist. So we ended the project like this. This is our last, release. Blacklight Inferno is like,
A tribute to
yes,
him. Yeah.
yes,
It's a great album. Great
Yeah.
album.
Yeah,
I
it is.
know.
It's superb. Yeah.
yeah, I know. In my opinion, it's the best album we did in 20 years, because we really grown up as a band, and then Alessandro, the drummer, joined us in the last 4 years. It was really a precious musician for us, because it was really something fresh we needed.
Yeah.
And Blacklight Inferno came out, and my biggest, my biggest regret is that we were not able to do these songs on stage.
Yeah.
But when a release is out, the thing you want is to show to your audience the songs on stage, but without Marco it was not possible, in my opinion. So
Okay, yeah.
it will stay like this, maybe one day I will do a tribute band for him.
Yeah,
And I
maybe.
will.
I think that it's such a wonderful piece of work, and it is a real tribute to Marco. And I think that possibly it was the most beautiful point you got to because of the timing, or maybe it was destined that something was going to happen. So it remains amazing tribute. But I think I think maybe on one of his occasions of one of his birthdays to be able to do the album for him, you know,
Absolutely. It
in
would be
tribute to him.
amazing.
I think it would be amazing. Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a very passionate musician. Everything I know, I learned from him in my youth. You know, I was 17, and he taught me how to play bass. You know, with his bass, and he never abandoned me during my bad moments. He was like a brother to me when we were not a boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. So yeah, it has been really a difficult time for me to go through this, but yeah,
You know, I
he's
think,
always in my memory, you know. And
you know, I think, you know, what's amazing is that what, you know, when I talked about the realness of musicians and the soul that is in there, it's when it's, you know, look, Prika is in Brazil, and Brazil has had a hard time for a long time, and you know, I love Brazil, and I'm not saying anything against the guys, but they're kind of like, you know, misogynistic in some ways.
Yes.
Some of them. So for a female coming out of Brazil, Italy too, of course, and Spain, you know, same as with England, you know, that balance. So I see that kind of strength in women like that, and I always admire it. And particularly to go into an area which is male dominated, like, you know, this kind of metal, and still forge away, but did still incredible work. But I think the difference, even when there's lots of bands, is that the ones who play from their soul, when it means something, stand out above the rest. And, you know, your story, that's why that album means so much, because you play, when I see you play, Mia, you play with everything that is you. It's like the music is you. And I know I've seen that in Prika too as well. And Diva, you know, just watching the videos of you doing it, I can see what's coming out, and your formal work. And that stands out. So, you know, when you mean it, that is everything. And those stories which hurt our soul make us create something that's untouchable. And I think so, in a sad way, that he's gone, and it's very sad how he went, but you carry him with you in spirit and in everything you do. That's what's beautiful about it.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Thank you for your words. They are really nice.
It's okay. You made me cry. You made me cry.
Oh my God, no.
It means a lot for all of us, you know, because it's not easy, you know, and all the support that we have from all of you, all the respect means a lot. When I had the experience of this split of Nervosa, I realized the powerful, you know, from the fans. And I received a lot of messages from many girls completely desesperated, saying, you know, Nervosa can't end, please don't give up, or something like that. And I was not thinking about it, you know, but I realized how much is important, everything that we were doing and we are doing. And this gave me even more force, you know, and I think we could do this in a very short time because everyone was supporting us. I was expecting to lose a little bit of the fans or something like that, because this is a normal, this has happened, you know, because Nervosa is not the same or what, but it was completely different, you know. Nervosa has even more fans now, and everyone never stopped to support Nervosa and the other girls as well. This is beautiful. This is completely beautiful.
More is better. It's like, you know, it's like you had, like I used to say about the Venom thing, is like, you know, there could be 5, who cares, you know. It's like you have 1 bar of chocolate or you have 10. How much chocolate do you want? 10's good. 10's great. But I think again, I think from Nervosa, sorry Steve, I know I kind of put it, sorry, but
okay, you're a great host.
I just wanted to get it all out. So I'm flushing because it's so nice to see the guys. But
thank you.
I think that's one of the things, Prika. I think that the band was uniquely special. You were uniquely special. You are uniquely special. And young female players that I know look towards you guys in that way as heroic and as leaders, and they want to emulate that and make it look it's possible. They can see you at festivals, they can see you touring with the bands, they can see the support, and that inspires them. And that's what this is about, you know. It's about reaching out to people with music and inspiring them, making them feel better when they feel sad, making them feel like they have somebody when they feel alone, making them, you know, feel when they feel like nobody in their city or their town or their area understands them because they listen to Slipknot. They can go to Wacken and see 400,000 people that don't give a shit what they listen to because they're just their family. And you carry that flag really well. And like you say, you gain fans. You didn't lose them. You gain fans.
I agree.
It would have been so easy to go and put your tools back in the shed and go, well, fuck it, that was it. It's all over. But you didn't do that. You pulled your boots up. You tightened your pants on, and you just went, fuck it. And that was it. And look what you got. You got a most amazing band. You got a most amazing band out of it. I mean, you were good, and you just polished it even more. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
I love these girls.
Thank you.
I love these girls completely. You know, I'm really feeling that I have a real family.
Yeah.
You know, these girls, make me even more happy. And I'm 100%. I have nothing to say badly, you know, because I'm completely more than 100% happy. And I just, you know, the unique thing that I have to say is thank you, nothing more.
Oh, thanks to you.
I feel
Thank
bad
you, Prika.
now I feel bad that we don't have the fourth member of the group on this episode. I almost reached out to Prika on Thursday. I said, well, should we invite Alina, because we haven't talked to her, and it would have been great, but maybe we'll get her on an episode coming up one day.
She's you know what she's doing? She's probably in a broom cupboard somewhere practicing still, because she just plays all the time. That's probably what's on.
So, so I guess we'll start to wrap things up a little bit with the episode, but I think we're having a lot of fun, so I'm having fun anyhow. So
I'll go, Steve. I'll go first, so you can say goodnight to the girls properly. So, because I'm
not saying goodnight yet. I'm still got a couple of questions I want Diva to talk about her solo band, and have Mia wrap up, and anything else she wanted to add about any other projects that she's done. I know she was in the Triumph of Death, and you know, X with that, and anything else she wants to add. I just want to let viewers know that don't know anything about Nervosa, like some of the history of some of these new members, of course, in the band along that don't know, you know.
Killer. Well, I'm going to say good night and leave you guys to it. It was so lovely to see you. Diva, amazing job. Mia, of course, always incredible. And Prika, no words are enough. No words are enough. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
For my gift. And I shall see you later. Give up.
Thank you. Thank you for being our special co-host today, Tony. You're the best.
Woo!
Yeah.
Love you guys. Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
I hope you like my surprise guest. I thought of him last night. I was hanging out in this room listening to the music. I'm like, hey, Tony, do you want to join in? I had another person that was going to co-host with me, but she couldn't make it either. But you know, we'll move on and you know, talk to Diva a little bit, because I wanted to still talk about her band Bloodhound too, where, you know, what she still has going, and how many years has Bloodhound been around, and what can you tell your viewers about your band Bloodhound?
I think Bloodhound was a solo project of our founder member Danny from many years ago. He was very creative in his youth, so he was trying to write many different songs from different music genres, so didn't fit to his projects at that time. And I think in 2013 I recorded the first demo for the band, because he asked me if I wanted to write some lyrics and try to find a new approach with growth and stuff. And I was like, yes, I'm totally, you know, I was waiting for this chance to be in a metal project. And this was my very first time for everything, for my very first recordings, my very first live shows, everything that I know, I've learned it with Bloodhound.
Excellent. And you guys are still, your band is still active. I think we mentioned that off the air today when we first started out. And you guys are working on new music still?
Yes, we were supposed to record our third album last year, but it was impossible because of the restrictions with the pandemic situation, because the 5 of us live in different places in Madrid. So with the restrictions, we couldn't make it. So it's like a 50% recorded, but I still haven't recorded the vocals, and drums are not recorded yet. So it's like a nightmare, you know?
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah. And, so you've got a band that, when you're saying they're spread out, they're not spread out like Nervosa though. Nervosa's like spread out everywhere.
Yeah, you know, and this summer we could make it with Nervosa, but we couldn't make it with Bloodhound. And it was like, I can't believe it. This is my place, my country.
Yeah.
And I can do it inside of my city, but pandemic was like that. So anyway, let's see the future has for us.
That's sort of question I had for each one of you is also, like what's going on right now in your country, and how are you making the best of it with all this downtime? Are you trying to get some positive out of it, which is hard to do sometimes? But, I've been getting a positive because I've started this show. It's like a dream for me to be able to sit and talk to bands that I admire, like having Tony and becoming, I'm making lifelong friends from this vlog, and it's been so great.
Yes, here in Spain, it's kind of weird because we are back and forth. We are like in a lockdown, but not because we can go out and, we have clubs open and stuff like that, but we can travel, or we can go to 100 kilometers from home driving because it's forbidden. So it's kind of messy, but I had the second dose of my vaccine 1 week ago. Yeah, so yes, I'm immortal now.
And you're going to live forever and 100
I can do anything.
I mean, 100 years, yeah.
100 million years. So you got the second shot, everything was good, you didn't go a third year?
No, not really. I was completely KO for 1 day with a big headache, with fever, and a lot of... Yeah, but it was worth it anyway. Anything to travel with the girls again.
Exactly. That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
The video you put up, and and you actually work in a hospital facility. You're a nurse, I guess, Diva.
Yes, I work in an outpatient center only for psychiatric patients.
Okay.
And that was the reason that I had my vaccine. So I was kind of lucky.
And I guess, Mia, what's going on in Italy right now? I'm hearing
Italy is messy. I'm here. Can you see me?
There,
okay.
Now we see you.
Oh, yeah.
Messy again there too.
It's kind of messy because actually we are almost the entire Italy is in lockdown. So we are only supposed to go to work or to go to, do groceries or pharmacies. And that's all. We have no chance to go to clubs or things like that. Everything is, closed.
Okay.
And I am lucky because I am also a teacher. I have another job. I have a daily job as a teacher in primary school. So I have the fortune to be vaccinated with a bad vaccine. I don't know if you heard about AstraZeneca.
The AstraZeneca, you got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
No, but I don't care. I was talking about it with the girls. I was like, oh my God, if it's so dangerous, I don't know if I will do the second dose or not, because I am afraid, and but it lasted 1 second. I was like, no, if I have the second dose, I will be able to travel. So of course I will do it no matter what, because nothing happened to me with the first shot. So I guess nothing will happen to me with a second shot.
So
except for a little bit, like Diva was saying, a little bit of headache and fever for one day, yes. But I mean, I have been vaccinated on Saturday. On Monday, I was at school, no problem. So yeah, this is the situation, actually.
I can't imagine having you as a teacher. You have to be the coolest teacher on earth.
I know you cannot imagine me, and I will say you something. I am a kind of, chameleon, because when I go to work, I'm always, with my hair like this.
So you are, you perform as a teacher. Yeah.
I look like a serious person, right?
Cool. Yes. I love it.
And my piercing is like going.
They get hidden away.
Whoa!
I can
The
relate.
thing is that I have to cover always my tattoos.
Okay.
It's not easy because I have always to wear long sleeves, and sometimes it's not easy to, when it's like June, you have 30 degrees and kids breathing and you're sweating. But I'm quite different when I'm going to work.
What age group of kids do you teach and what subject?
I did, actually it's 21 years that I am teaching. And wow. During my career, I did almost every subject. So in the beginning, I did Italian as the main subject. Yeah. Then I did 5 or 7 years as math teacher. Then I chose to teach only English to children because it's the best subject. I am really feeling comfortable. Yeah, so I know my English is not so good, but I am Italian, so you have to think about it. So yeah, this is my subject. Actually, I am teaching English to kids of primary school. Yeah, they are so cute. Yeah,
I can relate because a friend of mine is in a very popular hardcore / metal band from my area, All Out War. I don't know if you guys have heard of All Out War. Mike Score is a history teacher, so he's a teacher by day, and fronts the hardcore band. They tour. They do a lot of touring. They do the European festivals and whatnot. Of course, not now, but Mike's a teacher too. So hopefully we'll get you guys on together one day. We can talk about teaching and metal.
Yeah, but I knew many musicians, famous musicians, that they are teacher too. I mean, for example, King of Hell, the previous bassist of Abbath, he is a teacher. Okay. Like I don't know exactly what's his subject, but he is a teacher. And then I don't remember Peter from. I don't remember the band, but he is a teacher too. So yeah.
I guess people just picture like people from black metal and death metal bands just like living in a dungeon. Yeah. Real job. Wait a minute. If you don't really live in a castle and torture people in the basement.
Take your pencil, kids.
And Diva, you can teach with a guttural voice, like good night.
Yeah. Take your pencil. Do your homework.
When I come into Diva's nurse's office, maybe she can give me my instructions in death growl. I'd like that.
Oh yeah. But anyhow, I think Julian from United works as a psychiatric nurse too.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I saw that. He told me. And yeah, it's amazing because you couldn't imagine himself working like, are you okay? How do you feel? Good morning.
So I guess there's a couple questions that I ask at every episode. Is an album that changed your life? And I'm gonna go with I think we did this with Prika already, but I mean some people may have not watched. So I will start off with Diva though. What's an album that you think back on and say, wow, I want to be like them, or I want to perform music like that, or I just want to be part of that scene? Like, you know, a band or an album or both.
You know, when I started listening to rock or metal music, for me it was like hard rock bands, and for me the Appetite for Destruction of Guns N' Roses, it was like a masterpiece. So when I saw Axl Rose for the first time moving like this and screaming like so high, for me it was like, wow, I want to do that, and that was crazy for me. Yeah, maybe this album.
Okay, right. Mia.
In my case, it's October Rust from Type O Negative, because
Okay.
I like Type O Negative for my entire life, especially, you know, Peter Steele, and for what he was, what he did with the bass. You know, he totally invented a style. So.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course every single album of Motorhead, because let me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Freaking Lemmy. And what was yours on the episode? I forgot, Prika. What were we saying that yours was a couple weeks ago on the episode?
You know that my memory, no. But I would say Raining Blood, maybe from
I think
Slayer.
it was.
Yeah. Or Kill and All from Metallica as well. I listened to these both albums very close, you know, and the both of these albums changed my mind completely. I say I want to do exactly like this.
Excellent. In fact, we're going to be covering doing a band panel on Slayer in a few weeks, and Prika is going to be on that panel. And we're
Wow!
we're hoping
My favorite band.
And Robin's working on a couple of the big names, so we'll see who we can pull up for that one. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on today, and it was an honor to be in the room with all of you, because I'm a huge fanboy of this band. I'm not going to lie.
Thank
That's so cool.
Thank you so
I'm going to say the energy for this band, and I don't want to say like categorize you guys as being a female band, because I think you hold your own with everyone else. But I think I'm an old man. I'm 60 years old, so. But when I used to go see like girls' school and come to the States in the clubs, and I feel that same kind of excitement and energy with this lineup that I did going to see. And I really, maybe that's why I want to get my vaccine too, so I can go see you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
We have to meet each other on the road. You are in New York, right?
Yes.
Yes. Of course, we will play in New York very soon, and we have to meet each other to have beers and, you know, party together. We can't wait for that.
I'll hire you guys to play a backyard party. But I guess Mia, what's Abbath Camp? Are you guys actually writing new songs or working on a new album? I know that you recently became back in the band again, and that was one question I forgot to ask, but I think when Tony popped on earlier.
Yeah, I am actually between today and tomorrow. I will record our last song of the album.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear that.
I think the best album Abbath wrote ever. Believe me, because he's really coming back. You know, stronger than ever, and I did. Better job than I did in Outsider, because the style is a bit different, and I felt Lemmy from time to time.
I tell you, I always, in my mind, I think of like Abbath, and I think of Lemmy, and I feel that they're kind of linked in my brain. How like the front person and how like the behavior and everything. I just feel
absolutely
like carrying on their traditions. I mean, Tony does a bit with Venom Inc. too, how he stands and everything. But you know, I'm a huge Motorhead fan also, and you know, such a loss having Lemmy. But I think Lemmy is just immortalized, and you know,
absolutely,
yes, absolutely,
yeah.
Cool.
So stay tuned, because there will be news soon.
Yeah, I can't wait, and hopefully we can have you back on when it gets closer to the release, and we'll talk to you about the new album, of course. And so I guess we're gonna wrap this up tonight, and thank you all for coming on. Please take a moment and subscribe to the channel if you like the content we've been putting out.
Absolutely.
You're notified when something else. The next episode that'll be coming on the channel is a new wave of British heavy metal episode, which we had John from Raven. We had someone from my mind's losing it. Someone from Diamond Head. We had Steve Grimmett from Grim Reaper, and we had Tony from Venom Inc. And we were discussing that.
Wow.
And we just got Paul from Cannibal Corpse discussing the new album Violence Unimagined. And I have Trollfest coming on the channel on Monday from Finland, and they just their folk metal thing, which I'm a fan of also. So hopefully I can get you guys back on. I think Prika is going to be joining us on Tuesday for the Iron Maiden panel, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. And we're doing an episode on Immolation on Thursday, and we will have some of the guys from Immolation, Alex, I know, and John from Incantation will be on. And Prika, you're more than welcome to come on that. I'm actually going to reach out to the guys in Crisian and see if one of them would like to hop in on that too. So
cool. I have to check my interviews that I have from this week, and
okay.
I will let you know after. Yeah.
All right, great. And well, thank you all for your time, and I hope everyone stays safe and we get the fucking rock out, or at least talk about metal again soon.
Yes. Thank you.